Here we go.
Hey there.
Bubbles.
Oh, we got good news. Went to Misty Shore earlier. Actually found a lead.
Did you now?
Not sure how good it'll be, but eh. The ebb and flow if you've met them. They sing a bunch of concerts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they made a contract with Ace at some point.
Did they now?
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware as to the nature of the contract, or?
Not yet. I gotta talk to them in particular.
Well, you'll
But
have your
I
time to
also
do
learned
it.
that anyone who makes a contract with Ace gets an Ace of Spades on them somewhere.
Hmm. Well, you can ask around for that. Ask around anywhere.
That's the plan. Yep. I know she goes to Purple Lotus and performs, so maybe tomorrow I'll head there.
You could try asking in regards to how she got this contract and if there are any others with said contract.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping she'll point me somewhere.
Spook.
Hey there.
Oh, good afternoon.
Also, a bunch of people fighting over there. Like sparring matches and stuff.
Yes.
You'd probably enjoy it.
Not really. If I recall what the guild member Kanehurst has stated about it, Misty Shores is a place where you fuck around and find out. That includes with the guild members.
I don't know, it didn't seem that bad.
I suppose not. You'd have to ask him more. I'm
Hmm.
unsure as to the Misty Shores. I've only heard things about them, and that's about it.
Yeah, like I'm saying. From what I saw, it wasn't that bad. Busy, but not bad.
Well, a guild of that renown
Or
would be busy. Would have a lot of people inside. And visitors, of course. Or, of course, more
very
than
cheap beer.
welcome to try your metal there. Spar if they allow you.
At some point, I might.
Keep in mind, however,
I was told
I
she'd be present Friday.
check then. Keep in mind, however, the Misty Shores Guild has different standards than Stardust. Let's take Kanehurst, for example. He has shown up a few times recently, but never. There's always here and there. However, I do know his full capabilities. He is, as requested by the guild master, to hold back whenever he is working here. In fact, funnily enough, when he gave us his application, it wasn't a Stardust application. He handed us a Misty Shores application, which I personally found entertaining. But it listed what he could do.
Well,
And so that should give you a bit of a clue as to what you might get yourself into at the Misty Shores. If Ethan Kanehurst is asked to hold back here, chances are they are far stronger than us. Or, well, you there.
I saw some people using key and such over there, and it was very interesting.
Well,
There was a giant cat person who was using their sword to channel an ice key. Someone had a axe that they were more of a polearm.
Halberd.
That they were using, yeah, a halberd. Thank you. They were using that to channel lightning key and or throwing it back and forth. Honestly impressive.
You're more than welcome to go there to ask for help and aid, but again, keep in mind, combat will be far more draining and testing on you than here.
Oh, I'm fully aware. If anything, I will probably go just to observe and learn.
Might be for the best. Then again, some people learn best when they're in that kind of combat.
I mean, sure, but it's still just something I could at least try to do.
It's up to you.
um,
What is it, Shiro?
so this is.
Speak
Thank
your
you for using the
mind.
name. I might be planning a hunting excursion one of these days. Would you be interested in joining me?
Hunting. Hunting what, exactly?
Not sure yet.
Not
I've hunted
sure.
game before in my world, but things like lions, gazelle, giraffes, I don't know, crocodiles. I've hunted those. It's not difficult per se, but I know that this world's a lot bigger. Or worlds are a lot bigger, so I want to go and see what else we could find and hunt.
And you're doing this for what reason exactly?
Experience and growth.
Well, if you had said sport, I would have been upset. Sure, I'll go
No, you don't
along.
hunt for sport. That's a waste of food.
I'll go along with you. I most
Alright.
likely won't be
I'll
doing
let you
much.
know when.
I most likely won't be doing much as I'm
No,
not interested in hunting per se. I've done enough of that.
fair enough. At the very least, maybe you can critique my style and such.
Maybe. It'll also let me get a gauge on how you handle yourself out in actual, let's call it, missions, I suppose. Even if it's not an official one, might as well treat it as such.
Pretty much, that's the plan.
Welcome back, Spook.
You're invited too, if hunting's your thing.
Get the range thing down.
Main one I plan on inviting is Exie and me. Exie, because I know she'd probably want to scan the new wildlife that she encounters. And me, because they also hunt.
Alright.
Beyond that, it's pretty much whoever wants to join, I guess.
Well, you have a plan. Better than
Yeah.
having none.
Granted, I don't know what we'll run into.
It depends on where you're going.
I'll do some research first, but I.
There you go. I'd be upset if you didn't do any research on where you were going. Ask the people who know the area, ask what's
But
there.
there's just a lot of creatures that even if I ask around and find out, oh hey, this I don't know, drake or something lives there. I won't know what a drake is until I see one.
Drakes are infant dragons.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like I've also heard people say drakes are
Dragons in general.
dragons in general, or like flightless dragons that are stupid in comparison.
Yes and no. There are many different types of dragons. Dragons I consider proper dragons are Eastern dragons and Western dragons. Those who walk on four legs, have wings on their back, or those who don't have wings that can still fly. Those are what I consider true proper dragons. Wyverns are dragons with four legs, however their wings are attached to their forearms. They are dragons, yes, but I consider them a more lesser subspecies. Drakes you can consider in two separate ways. The use of the word for infant dragon, basically hatchlings growing into their fully grown forms, or wingless dragons. I will say this. The shade you hear me speak about to Lady Dorada, and I'm unsure if she's brought it up to you, or the egg and its hatchling, would be considered a proper dragon, Western style, of course. However, it can be very insulting to a dragon to call it a drake if it is capable of flight and it is fully grown, adolescent or not. Bear this in mind, and it can be an even worse insult if you remove their wings and just leave them as such. Natural drakes,
I will keep that in mind.
natural drakes may not have the same intelligence as more common dragons, but they are still dangerous. Non-natural drakes have a lot of anger, especially to those who caused them to be that way. The point is, treat dragons with respect. They are powerful creatures that are deserving of the status and titles they're given.
Keep that in mind.
And they are very
Can't
powerful
ask this.
creatures. You can't compare to what they actually have inside them. Ask Dorada about the dragon heart if you'd like. Something from her realm she built to try and match what an actual dragon heart can do. I'm unsure if she succeeded or not.
Understood.
She would know better than I would.
Not change the subject, but I can't ask Ace this without tipping my hand. What do you know about demons and devils?
Okay, this is...
I can narrow it down if you want.
I would like you to, because I do not have time to start a demonology class.
They view souls as currency. From my understanding,
Devils
from what
do,
Ace has told me.
yes. Okay. Let's specify
What does
something
it-
here. There are many types of demons and devils. Different realms have different, well, different versions, and some swap depending on how they are. I know one realm, in fact, if I recall correctly, just use devil as an insult. As a grave insult, referring to the denizen, or calling someone equivalent to denizen, but they would call those denizens daemons instead. If we're speaking of Ace in particular, demons would be considered lower class, if I recall correctly, while devils are higher class, more proficient in manipulating souls. Yes, they use souls as currency. The way you can see it as, depending on the type of soul and how grown it is, can be worth anything from a penny to a full credit.
Now, here's my question. How would I prove ownership over a soul when it comes to dealing with the devil?
There are many different ways. One, you form a contract with said spirit or soul to give you ownership. Let me give you a personal example that I know of. You are aware of Kitsune, yes?
Yeah, tails and all that.
Well, they have this uncontrollable ability where if you make them a promise and you break it, your soul belongs to them. However, this goes both ways. Thus, you cannot break any promise made to them, and they cannot break any promise made to you, or else your soul would belong to the other. That is one way to do it if you are a fox, but you're not. You're a standard human. So your best bet would be to either A, get some sort of fae to help you to write up said contract. I suggest Lady Dorada, as she, while not a fae at the moment, is very knowledgeable in this and most likely can help you get someone or help you write up a contract that a fae cannot mess with upon the ceiling. Or use magic. Soul magic, however, is very dangerous in if you do not know what you're doing and you mess up even slightest, you can deal irrevocable damage to the soul, yours and theirs. You're human. Your best bet would be a soul bond.
Yes.
In which it could be considered part of you. However, contract would possibly work best.
Find a loophole. with Ace's.
Repairs.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you now, you'd be better off right now figuring out how much repairing the soul is worth to you. Remember what he said on the price.
That's the plan.
Focus on that first, and then explore the avenue of a loophole. Keep in mind, Ace isn't stupid. He's far smarter than he lets
He's
on.
not stupid. I have to assume he's a genius, honestly, if I'm going to plan anything.
When it comes to souls, yes. And please keep in mind, he does have access to Doll 24/7. Whenever
Yeah,
he's here
I'm
anyway.
aware.
So he can see Alice's soul. What's
That's
more...
fine.
I'm unsure of this one,
What I'm
actually.
hoping with
If you claim ownership over a soul, does it count for the whole soul or just the fragment? That's something you want to ask someone more experienced in it.
Well, even if that's the case, if it belongs to me, he's obligated to help us in the guild.
No.
And if he repairs that, he'd be.
If it belongs to you, he is not
Not what I understood.
obligated. He is obligated to help you as a person, yes, but he is not obligated to fix anything of yours. Your best bet, if you do not want to work with Ace with it, find a different soulmancer. Ask around at Misty Shores.
We're working on that.
Ask around at Misty Shores. There are many different types of soul workers there. You can manipulate souls. Ask. In fact, ask Ethan.
Mind,
He might know someone. He might know someone as well. This.
Really?
He is a Misty Shores guild member. If I recall correctly, he stated he came here to relax. Stardust is not to the same capability as every other guild out there. In his own words, I believe.
I'll keep that in mind.
Fucking plague war. Fucking robot. Let me take a nap. I believe it was. So I believe he sees Stardust as a sort of nap for him. But yes,
I'll
ask
keep that in mind then.
Ask Canehurst. Ask around at Misty Shores if you do not wish Ace to be your first thing. You can even specify that you would not.
Ace is going to be.
You can even specify you would not like to have Ace work because, or ask for Ace's help because you are trying to see other options and you're already aware of Ace's offer to help.
Well,
Think
he's
of it as
doing
a-
the scrying. That much.
That-
much I do want.
That much he can do. That much he is willing to do for free. Take the scrying.
Yes,
Don't ask for anything else.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that. We'll worry about the price after we've collected everything.
I say figure out the price currently as well for yourself. Not just as you work on it. Again, how much does repairing Alice's soul mean to you?
Other thing is, what is he allowed to ask for? Even if we're asking him to do something that is outside his contract, he's not allowed to
What
harm
is
us.
he allowed
much
to
I've
ask
confirmed.
for? Yes, he's not allowed to harm you. However, you sign away your soul, that does not count as harming you. You signed it away freely. He never stated he would ask for anything. He stated find out how much it's worth to you and then put that as an offer. Then it becomes a negotiation. He doesn't have to ask. He can simply just say, that isn't enough. Or that's not worth any of the effort I'm putting into this. Not once will he have to ask for anything. This might sound dumb, but
Keep that in mind.
have have that secondary option, and if he digs his feet in and say, what you're offering isn't enough, tell him then, thank you for helping me, I'd like those soul... For now, keep the souls when you bring the fragments. And the crystals, that's the plan, yes? You bring a soul fragment back, they're in a soul
Yes.
crystal. When that's done,
Yes.
collect that soul crystal from Ace, and store it somewhere safe. Don't let him hold on to it.
Yes.
When it's said and done, if you do not
I
like
spoke
what you...
with Lady Dorada. The only thing she'll allow is holding it. She will personally hold on to it.
Alright.
And honestly, she's probably the one person I trust.
Fair enough.
No offense. At
No,
least
that's
with
fine.
this stuff.
Oh, that's fine. But again, if you don't want, if Ace still refuses to take whatever you're offering, or if you feel it's too much, thank him for his time, and tell him you'll proceed or pursue other avenues of repair. That'll tell him all he needs to know, that you have someone else who can do the repair, and possibly cheaper than what he's asking. Whether or not he
That's the plan.
whether or not he wants to do it or wants whatever you are offering will show itself when if he tells you to stay or not. Regardless, find a second person. Find a second soulmancer. Ask Ethan. He is a Misty Shores member. Go to the shores themselves. Ask around. I am more than certain they have people there. Ask a
Fair. We're still
I
gonna
would
talk with
say
Ebb and Flow when we get a chance.
yes. They might be your best bet as well. They are, if I recall correctly, they are an important member of the Misty Shores. Do not ask a Purple Lotus, because anyone and everyone can go to Purple Lotus.
Yeah, I don't know how trustworthy the people there are.
Exactly. And while you will see a lot of familiar faces there, it's the faces you don't recognize that are untrustworthy, due to the fact that you could ask them, they can offer you the cheapest price ever, and the moment you give them the soul fragments, they run.
Yeah.
And then you will never see them again. Choose the safer routes for now.
It works. It also works out because we needed to talk with Ebb and Flow anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a win-win.
About the Ace contract. Find out the nature of that contract. Find out who else may have it as well.
That's the plan for if I speak with Sarah.
Mm-hmm. If it's the kind of contract I'm thinking of, you may be able to get around the paying Ace option. But only if it's the kind I'm thinking
Because
of.
something happened the other day that caught my attention.
Hmm?
He was surprised that Sarah didn't have a soul. Meaning the contract, some other price was paid to have him on her beck and call.
I'm not
Or
surprised.
beck, whatever. But it gives me an idea. Can't make a fair judgment of value until you learn to market.
And what exactly is your idea?
For the moment. I'm not gonna rush in and make a dumb decision. I'm not gonna let Blake do it either.
As long as you're not making any stupid decisions.
No, we're just asking questions at this point. We have 6 months, and we don't even have the first scrying done. So we have time.
It's a long and
our options
short
are either-
amount of time, half a year.
I'm aware, but even so, until we're told where the crystals are, we can't do anything anyway. So make the most of what we got.
Alright.
I don't suppose I can just give Ace credits, can I?
You can, but again, whether or not you'll accept them. I'd offer to help, but my soul manipulation abilities have, well, completely vanished, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I
Well-
seem to have lost quite a bit since I came here. I'm not whole, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
Well, in any case, that's my plan currently. Talk to Ebb and Flow, learn as much as we can about Ace's other contracts, if any. And I don't know, maybe look for a second Soulmancer, like you said.
It's a plan. It's better than not having one.
Though it's gonna look very strange when I go up to someone and I find out they have soul magic or the ability to do that and be like, can you put a soul together?
Not really. Keep in mind with how the
it
metaverse
common?
is. Yes and no. I have no clue, but with how the metaverse is, I'm sure that wouldn't be the weirdest thing they've seen. It might raise some questions for them,
Fair.
but that's about it. Who knows? Maybe you'll find someone who's willing to do it just out of the goodness of their heart. You don't know.
I need to learn how to make people sign a magical contract.
Dorada, again, she should be here teaching contracts, but. Well,
I'll ask her. I'll ask her about it tomorrow. That's why my session with her is.
she is unfortunately a. How do I put this nicely? Lazy isolationist who gets lost inside her own work.
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
She
Lazy.
seems pretty.
Yes, but she becomes a lazy isolationist when she's lost in her work, to be more specific. The lazy part because she's lost in her work. She can't do everything at once, so what do? Lazy. I'll just do this. I'll get someone else to do it. Isolationist, she does not leave her spot. She stays in the same place and starts absentmindedly working on whatever it is she's lost in. I have done plenty of errand runs for her before, and others, so I am more than aware of how that goes when she gets lost inside her own work. Luckily, I did not do much
But
help
she's
for
doing
her
something good,
project.
right?
Could say that, yeah. Time will tell if it turns out good or not. She brought life back to a dead dimension.
Most people would call that good.
A resident of said dimension was upset, I believe. It's hard to remember. It's been a bit on her bringing back, basically starting a sequel to a story that had already ended. Ah, yes. And then that one got a date with, I'm not sure if I want to call him friend or ally. Acquaintance. Let's go with that. I'm not sure if they had. No, I believe they did have that date, maybe. I know Dorado is very happy for him. And there's that missing king. No, I'm sorry. I'm remembering a lot of stuff now that I'm just don't want to deal with because I don't want to have to go on a scavenger hunt for everybody.
I'm sure they'll turn up sooner or later. Metaverse seems to work like that.
Well, if one of them shows up, you'll have something in common with them. Somewhat, anyway.
Oh.
Two brothers sharing one body. The supposed king of the realm. Well, the soon-to-be crowned king of that realm.
Number 3. That's number 3. Weapon Flow seems to have another issue or something similar.
True. The difference is they're sisters sharing a body. Wouldn't call it a problem or trouble. Magic is
So we
weird.
make a perfect set, the 3 of us. 6 of us. Brothers, sisters, brother and sister.
Pretty much, yeah. Take your time with it, though. At least you have a plan, which is, again, better than nothing.
And we also have our plan to keep training on the side, though.
Good. If you didn't have a plan, I'd throw a book at you. Because that means all the training I've been giving you has been going. It'd mean if you didn't have a plan, all the training I've been giving you has been going to waste then. Has that carpet always been blue?
No. Yes?
I swear it was red one day.
I don't think so.
Huh. Well,
Hi,
good
Lynn.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Would you like an update on the doll situation in Atlas?
Well, you still need to do. If you want my help, you still know my conditions.
Yep, we gotta get permission from her. It's just that's suddenly been made infinitely more complicated.
Here's the report, Lynn. The soul is fragmented. Ace is currently scrying for the locations of the fragments. Xe, Blake, Shiro, and I believe Tina as well will be going to retrieve them. I will be accompanying to keep them safe in case they get themselves in over their heads and pull their asses out of the fire if they almost die. But that is all I'm doing. I will just let them handle everything else. Currently, the doll has about 6 months before Alice takes complete control and goes berserk, as due to the fact that they are only a fragment of a soul, currently is unstable, and who knows what they are reliving at the moment. Ace has offered to forge the soul back together to bring it whole in order for the Zhangs to get consent for you to give them a new body. However, he said his help goes as far as scrying. If they want the soul reforged or forged back together, they need to pay him something. Currently, the Zhangs have a plan to ask around for more help about Ace, about demons, devils, souls, contracts, and all that. The current plan is, if I recall correctly, to claim ownership over the soul and have it that way so Ace would help them. One of many. That is one of the plans. Claim ownership over the soul so Ace would help the Zhangs anyway, as that falls under their possessions. I'm unsure how well that would work.
Wait, what?
Yes, I know.
It's strictly for the sake of repairing her in a safe manner. Afterwards, I don't know, set her free or something.
The next plan, or the other plans, one of them, is to find a secondary soul magic user. Basically treat it as a business transaction to see if what they offer is cheaper and if they're willing to help as well to reforge the soul. Who knows, they might find someone who will do it for free, just out of the goodness of their heart.
Yeah.
You guys really take this thing with souls so very lightly then. If you think you can get that to the case.
Look, at this point, we either leave her like this, and the soul can't ascend or go to the natural state of
It can.
rebirth or whatever it is he said. No, he said it can't because it might be trapped in other things.
A fragment can be released, but it still can be sent off, so long as you free every fragment.
Maybe I misremembered, but I'm pretty sure he said because it's all fragmented, it all has to pass on as one.
Maybe. I don't know.
So it can pull itself together and then do the cycle.
I'm not a soul expert, so.
Well, all I'm saying is basically, I don't think you guys are ever gonna have that luck to get it completely for free.
Most likely not. But if anything, they might find it for a cheaper. They might find a cheaper option, however.
Maybe someone will just want a bunch of credits, at which point I'll manage.
You're literally asking someone to handle someone's very being, someone's very existence.
I'm asking for help to help someone else. That's it. I don't want ownership of her. I don't want to control her. I just want to help her. If she wants to ascend, then fine. I just want to give her that chance. Because no one else seems to want to.
It's not really like wanting, and I wasn't really blaming you for wanting to put them back to pieces. The only thing I am personally a little bit against, that's just why I view things, is bringing someone back from the dead.
The necromantic aspect of it.
You could say that to some extent.
Technically, this Alice has died already, so giving her a new body would be akin to raising her back from the dead, even if it's not in an undead form.
That much I get. If no one's getting hurt, why is it a bad thing?
No one's getting hurt,
that's the one thing
yes,
that I
but
honestly don't understand.
For one, you're going up against the natural cycle. The natural cycle may be cruel, though it's there for a reason.
If it wasn't, you'd have undead rising and running all over the place, restless spirits, causing all sorts of havoc.
Aren't you undead?
Yes, I am, though not by choice. And no, I wasn't raised in a traditional sense. I was more converted into undead.
I know, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like, and I don't mean to offend you with this, Lynn. It's just when you say that, I understand it, but then undead like him run around. But that's okay. It feels like a double standard almost.
Think of it like a vampire. Think of it as undead
That's
like
another one.
Some things,
they're more. I think it's
some things
intelligence, I
aren't
guess.
done by natural means.
Yeah.
Unnatural means are a part of this world. Though, they would be much more worse, for example, if you could say the veil between the living and the dead's world was not there at all. Then it just would be utter chaos.
I mean, fair, but it's just. Either way, I'll cross that road when I deal with it. For now, I just want to put her together.
Hmm.
If she wants to pass on, she wants to pass on. I'm not going to stop her. Her
Hmm.
life was ended early, and it wasn't by her choice. So, at the very least, for this one person, I'll do what I can to help.
Like I said, I do agree on putting it back together so it can probably be
Sent on to go back to the cycle.
sent on.
What you don't agree on
Yes,
is
but
giving it a
would return
body
to a
again.
natural cycle. Though, otherwise,
Mhm.
it's.
Da, 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 da.
I don't really know how to describe it.
You know, a lot of. Oh, sorry, hands are feeling weird today. You know a lot of people. Do you know of any soul people or soulmancers or whatever that I can speak to?
Oh, I certainly do, though some of them are literally the same opinion as me.
Not as much.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, can we run into them by accident while chasing up other people?
Well, if you really want to know one that you, who knows, maybe managed to convince them, though I would be surprised. For this very topic. Sachi.
Ooh. That might work and might not. Keep in mind, Sachi runs the Lotus. He is also a councilman, if I recall correctly, so he is a very influential figure, meaning you'd have to bring a lot to the
Well,
table, right? Just for him to consider.
I don't even think I can get a
Is-
meeting with him. I'm a nobody.
He wanders the Lotus floor
Don't
sometimes.
worry, he is technically one of the job suppliers here.
Really? Well, hey,
I've
I
seen
didn't
any
know.
jobs from him
Technically
yet.
speaking to one of his half-daughters.
Oh.
And if you're really going into a council part, then you're also speaking to a potential future council member.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I just realized who I'm working for. Fucking hell. Every time I work for somebody, I never realize the headaches I'm gonna have until far later, and
Can you put in a good word for us?
Oh, they're already fully aware what you guys are doing.
What?
to put it simply, people talk. They gossip, they talk, and they chat, and they try to get opinions from others to see what they should do. People like
What's his
guildmasters
opinion?
talk to others.
Why don't you find out yourself? I can give all the answers.
He's not gonna start yelling at me if I ask him, is he?
He might laugh at you, You never know until you ask.
That's fine. That's fine. I just don't want to get yelled at by people for trying to do something nice again.
Like I said,
All right.
find out yourself. Whereas some people
Literally,
say
just
that
ask
they're
Ethan.
find out in character, whatever that might be.
The easiest option is
No
if
idea
they
what that
ask
could
Ethan
possibly
about
mean.
it.
I guess that means
You
Purple
say-
Lotus tomorrow. I'll be looking for Ebb and Flow. I'll be looking for
Mhm.
Sachi.
Take it easy. You have 6 months for this. Don't have to rush it all in one night.
I know. Unless Sachi walks through those doors, it's not going to happen in one night. Plus, like you said, he's a councilman. He runs
You
a
know what I
Lotus.
mean.
He's a busy man.
You know what I
know.
mean.
If you guys were to excuse me temporarily, it seems someone is wanting my attention.
Okay.
Give him hell.
She went.
Well, there you go. There's their plan. Ask the
Mhm.
resources you have available to you to find out what you can do.
Well, that is going to be something.
Of all the things, Ethan is literally the easiest person. It's probably like the best option for them.
The thing is, it's not like I'm trying to get this for free. I'm willing to pay a price. It's just
Ethan would be your cheapest. All you have to do is
I
like
need to know
pay
what
him a
this
few
is,
pay him a few hundred credits. He'll
and I
do it
wanna make
easily.
sure it's a good price.
Because he can force Ace to do one thing and one thing only, and that's it. And then his contract's over, complete. Oh, there you go. Just ask around.
Another thing is, he already has one shard. I
Mhm.
don't know if he'd be willing to hand it over.
He might. You never know until you ask.
Yeah, I'll ask him next time he's around.
You realize you can just message him in the guild chat. That's-
I could, but I don't have my phone on me. I put it away before coming in.
Why?
Because I'm here.
That is a fair reason, but you should keep it on you at all times. Maybe figure out a way to get yourself some sort of attachment into one of your sleeves for you to just pull it up on your arm.
We'll be working on that. I've been talking with Exy about getting some fancy tools.
This is a very cheap mask, but
Uh,
it doubles as letting me access guild information, comms, and the like.
Noted.
Not the actual one. Don't want to wear my actual one. That's important for me.
I know when I saw Rose, she inspired me. And I spoke with Exy, and we're going to be working on making a sort of either hard light or something that can harness my excess key. So it could make different weapons.
Forming your key into weapons. That is an option. Oh, I haven't done that in
If not,
ages.
Then strictly hard light. So ideally, the hard light would allow me to.
No, you can do it with your key. It's just gonna be a pain in your ass and require a lot of control. Right now, when you pull your key up into your body, what do you just do? Do you just let it flow around your body,
It's-
or do you try and keep it constrained into that singular spot?
So before we just let it float wild, but now that we've started doing our training, it's two currents clashing together, and the power comes from that.
You can form weapons out of your key, maybe. The problem is
Yes, one uses yin, one uses yang,
that
and with both of us working on it, we made something.
something.
I'm not exactly confident to show it off yet. Neither is Blake, but
Confidence means nothing.
Yeah.
Let's go see it. Keep in mind though, form is also a large part
There's a
of it.
lot of issues with it.
Alright then.
Cosmically, it's not
Alright.
finished, sort of thing.
Keep in mind though, form is a lot of the, well, making the weapon part. In fact, I can show you something real quick about that.
Oh.
Come on, we're not doing this in the guild hall. I don't want to get yelled at.
Although why not? Getting yelled at's so fun. It happens to me every week.
Trust.
At least recently.
What do you mean? I know
Yeah,
for a
with the
fact
whole soul situation. disappointment and being talked down to. No.
Maybe some angry yelling from people. You're fine, you're just doing what you think is best.
Oh, I know I'm fine. I like to know she's fine now too, but at the time she was not happy.
Yeah. But essentially, I don't want Lynn or Sarah ripping my head off because I decided to show what I mean inside the
You're
guild
undead,
hall.
isn't that okay?
Would you like your head
Should I
ripped
back
off?
off?
You're fine staying there. Would you
so
like
mine
you?
doesn't grow back.
Yeah. It still hurts, even if mine doesn't grow back either, but it still hurts when it's removed. Okay. This is what I mean.
Huh.
Just
Again?
because you can do it does not mean anything for the form, however. As you can see, they're unstable.
Huh.
They're not exactly something...
And they're solid?
Yes and no. I can't make them fully solid. Not unless I put a lot into it. For example,
But they can pierce. Oh, jeez.
that will just go through somebody and deal damage. But it won't actually pierce. Not unless I do something like that.
Do it again? I didn't quite see. Oh. That's a long range attack.
Not exactly. The swords from earlier, those were long range. That's more general close range, piercing tanks, yes. Hard shells and the like.
That's cool.
But you get what I mean. Form is something completely different than just generation. Because you have to control it to put it in that form. For example, the swords, the spears. Your key is going to make it difficult because of the two different types you have. You have to have them both working in harmony, correct?
True, but when they clash, there's an energy.
It's that
We keep them in
energy.
balance and
You have 3 separate energies to control and make form then. That's going to be a bit of an issue.
Hmm.
So I'm not expecting to make full-fledged weapons. Maybe some orbs out of it, but not full-fledged weapons. Oh,
Well,
we are
ideally,
here. So if you do have anything you would like to test, since we're already here, take some shots into the wall with whatever it is you want to test. Hit the wall, hit the crystals. And you can fix anything done here anyway.
it currently doesn't do anything. It's just the fact that it formed that we're confused with.
Fine. I'll just take some practice swings if you want with your sword or weapons. But yeah. You have the problem of control right now. Or fine control, I suppose. It is a problem, but not so much serious as you think it is. Everyone's gonna struggle with control, especially when they get anything new. Trust me, when I first became this, I sure as hell... Actually, I can make this much easier for you to visualize. If you'll give me 1 second. When I first...
Make sure you get some marshmallows.
uh,
Still catch fire.
When I started out You remember my miasma, the one I first used against you in combat, Fortress Bar? I was leaking that out unconsciously when I first turned into this. I had no control. Here you go.
Oh,
This might help you a bit visualizing.
knock knock.
Your fist will just go through but slow down as it does. You could think of it more as some thick
So it
sludge or
doesn't
slime.
stop.
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah.
But you can see what I mean with how
Mhm.
unstable it is in its movements.
I mean that's still wonderful when you're dealing with things like arrows and bullets and such.
Yes. What's up, Spook? Yeah, we'll just sink into it, but not go all the way through.
The cursed Jello. Be careful.
Yeah, relax. Not gonna poison you or
Does feel a
anything.
little bit like my shadows.
Mm-hmm. But this is essentially what I mean when I say form. My miasma is essentially what you do with your key. I just let it out. No control, no form. You pick a spot, however, with your key. Either your torso, arms, or legs to boost said area. But it's still unrestrained and uncontrolled. Eventually, you'll be able to get to this. Barely in a general shape, not fully controlled as you would like.
That's why we're hoping to get XC to make a device to help bridge that gap for the time being. We won't stop training without it, but with it, ideally, we could use our key to form things a lot faster.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, however, that it will be essentially a crutch if you use it too much. You need to get used to...
Obviously, it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the idea. Is when we go on a mission, we use that, but otherwise, when we train, we don't.
Good. If anything, this device will help you with your feeling of, well, forming stuff. It'll be
Yeah,
good
also, we noticed
for
something
quick...
really interesting.
Hmm?
We were able to sense the key users in the Misty Shore, at least a few of them. A few of them literally stood out from the other people using magics.
Key is a different energy source. Sensing energy and magic isn't all too special. It's not hard to do. It's a good thing you're able to recognize Key, though. Well, that's to be expected. You use it. In fact, if you would look at me, you won't see magic, or try to reach your senses out to me, you won't see magic, you won't see Key, but you will see something. You'll see the energies I am built with currently. You'll see the energies I am formed out of. If you look at Spook, you will see magic and shadows and the like. At least feel them with whatever senses you have. It's not...
Fair enough.
Eventually, I believe you should be able to fine-tune it to be able to just know right off the bat what specifically this energy type is. If we're talking normal magic, and you were to feel for me, you could basically equivalent it to necrotic magic, I suppose, necrotic energies. Though mine is a bit more focused and a lot more destructive than just necrotic.
But yeah, we noticed our key is able to maintain itself outside our body for a while. In fact, we've even been watering some plants with it every now and then.
Really? You are aware your key vanishes, the plant vanishes from the plants, right?
You say that, but we haven't fed it any water and it's still alive.
What is key again? Remind me, what is key again?
Well, from what we understand it as, it's a life energy. It is something we make, and we try to purify and compress and grow.
Well, you have your answer for it then, as to why that plant's still alive.
Mhm.
Keep on going, Spook. Don't overpush yourself, though.
This is what I'm currently doing.
Alright, good.
Person.
He's distracted easily. Well, as for you, Anything new to share, other than your current ability to throw your fire?
Mm, I don't think so.
Nothing else? Hmm. How good are you with your shadows, exactly?
Mm, what defines good in this case?
How's your control with them? You're good to hide in them. How's your manipulation? How's your ability to control their form? How exactly does your shadow manipulation work? Because there is something I would like you to try, similar to Bubbles over there. The ability to form your shadows into, well, shapes, essentially.
That's what I thought as well.
Because if you're able to do that, then you wouldn't ever be disarmed either. Like Bubbles.
Hi.
Don't jump.
Out.
Relax, I barely touched you.
Why?
Because there's a ramp right there.
Also, new person.
I see them. They can come down
When
whenever
I
they
go
want.
around.
Oh, boo-hoo, a
okay.
few extra 30 seconds of walking. But yeah,
Is that the one who spent time at the campfire with us or someone else?
Huh?
Were you there for that? I don't think you were for that. Never mind.
Yeah, I've never seen them before.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, as I was saying, they just took a step back. But as I was saying, if you can control your shadows the way I would control my energies, and Bubbles their key, you would be able to form weapons out of them, possibly. Not very effective, as the nature of shadows
I was
are.
thinking that might be
Do
true.
you now?
Not you.
Are you sure?
We'll do that tomorrow. Actually, if you're free tomorrow after the session, I can just walk next door.
Every day, I wait there for an hour. But, yeah.
I know, and I'm there most days. You know that.
I am unsure as how your shadows work. Are they just shadows where they are devoid of light, or can you make them solid? If you can't make them solid, you can create
I'm making them solid.
weapons. And you can make weapons out of them, possibly. Maybe not sharp weapons, I'm unsure, but blunt, definitely.
I don't know yet.
It's something to work on, though I would like you to focus on your
Whatever.
fire for now. Get that down, and then you can work
Briefly
on the...
your shield.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's even better. Because then you can make something to reflect, you squishy or not. Your shadows are good for hiding as well. In darkened areas, no one's gonna see you, and if you are able to expand them, hopefully. But yeah. In fact, only problem with this area being it's a bit too lit up. Spook, do me a favor. Step out into the light real quick. Alright, pull your shadows up over you, as if you're hiding.
Okay.
Hmm. No, that wouldn't work. This arena wouldn't work for what I have planned, unfortunately. I was going to have you and Bubbles spar in a way for you to train your fire shots, and Bubbles to train their awareness or tracking. Speak of the devil. Welcome back, Bubbles. The idea would be to have you around them in a circle of shadows, and you're constantly circling them, taking shots at Bubbles with your fire. Bubbles would do their best to dodge and track you. And don't be afraid to mix up your movements and such like that. That would be what I would like to do,
I'm
however,
not signing up to be a punching bag.
relax. However, this arena does not exactly work well. Fortunately, damn moon, damn moon lights up that area, so you can't exactly walk around. Your only way to hide would be here, and that doesn't exactly help, does it?
Hmm.
Basically, the idea would be to help you with your awareness, Bubbles. Help Spook here with their hiding and ability to shoot fire, help you with your awareness and tracking, and hopefully, prediction, maybe.
Ooh, a question about that.
What question do you have?
I can't really see it. How far does this actually reach?
Not very far. Not even a meter. Maybe a little bit of a meter. Fire it off one more time. Not even a meter. It's essentially firing from here
Well, I suppose that's
to where my
because
second arm is. Where my left is. From your hand to my left arm.
that
That's
is
as
not
far.
very far yet.
No, but it is something. At that rate, you're better off going into melee combat. However, it is very useful. How much power are you putting into this firebolt of yours?
As of actual power of making flame?
How much magic are you pumping into it?
Because I
Well, there you go. I think that's your problem with the distance. You're not putting enough magic into it. Or mana. It's burning out due to its capacity. Or how much it has stored. So what I'm assuming is...
fire.
Yeah.
Vega.
But yes, essentially. What I'm assuming is the more mana you put into it, the further it's going to fly out. And the more damage it's going to do. Because at the moment, that's barely going to singe somebody.
Hmm? I don't know if it works for fire, but with the key, we just compress it.
That is an option as well. Compressing. That's better. Bit
It makes
further
it
out.
smaller, but it's all that energy put into one spot.
Essentially, yes. As for you, Bubbles, can't really think of something for you to do right now. Spook's got pumping more mana into their firebolt to increase distance. You, I suppose, work
Our
on...
growth is usually boring in the form of meditation.
Go for it
For
then.
now, I just want to keep my body moving.
Fire through.
There you go, that's some more distance. One more time.
There you go.
That's with the speaking of things.
Well, saying something's name
It
tends to make it stronger.
helps, certainly. But it doesn't help my sneaking.
No, it doesn't. But you can eventually get to a point where it's strong. The wordless version is stronger than it was before.
Fire through.
See? It's definitely going farther. Don't shoot yourself. I'm not sure how your fire resistance is.
Against my own fire, pretty good. Against other fire, I have to concentrate.
Mm-hmm. Where the hell did Bubbles go? But yeah, for you, practicing with your firebolt, yeah. It might be barely anything right now, but it will get stronger. Just takes practice to do so. One option you do have is to put everything you have into a firebolt to see how much it does then. However, that will leave you drained, so that option is up to you.
Yeah.
Are definitely not today. You'd probably be better off, again, just firing it off repeatedly to test. Bubbles.
I'm just pacing at this point.
And you
Lot
need
going
something.
on in here.
And you need something physical to do.
More so just internal conversation back and forth.
You and Blake are talking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't have Spook be the only one training.
Oh no, I don't want to get beaten up again.
Oh, no, no, relax. I'm not gonna beat you up. Your options are take swings at me with or without your weapon. I'm not hitting back, but I will deflect anything and everything you send at me. You either run laps, you practice your ki, or you meditate, or just swing at the air.
You know what? Practicing my range won't hurt.
There you go.
I get to go first.
Mm-hmm.
Main downside of the curse, we have different ranges.
You could keep practicing as well, Spook.
Take a breather.
Nope, don't push yourself.
It's more so the height difference. Are you sure?
I mean, if you want, you can punch the wall.
If I damage things, I gotta fix them.
It's not that
I
hard to
punch
fix.
hard with this shit.
Alright. Then give me 1 second. If you're scared about damaging something,
Shorter?
no, I don't
Alright.
exactly have a
Hey, that'll work.
shorter body, though I can get one.
You ready?
I'm ready, and the
Alright.
shield's up and everything.
Like it's catching me. Make this little stickier.
Mm-hmm.
Great for sword catching.
It would. Keep in mind, you might also hit slimes as well at some point. Their bodies are essentially the same as this. They slow it down, or they either completely reflect your attack. So slow down or just be bounced off. So, let's look at this shield as if it's a slime. What's happening here? Direct concentrated hits
Well,
aren't
I mean,
working.
normally you'd attack the core, but
Let's say it's a large
the slimes we
slime.
have here don't have cores.
Okay, let's say it's a
A
coreless
large
slime.
well, then in that case,
Large or
it
slime.
would be the
Large or small, but either way. If pinpoint hits aren't working,
get something big.
is that your option? Is that your answer? Get something bigger?
Yeah, if you flatten them completely, you can then scrape them apart before they reform.
True.
Gotta
More
be quick,
surface area is what you want to hit with.
and it's a bigger option.
Mm-hmm. Alright, go for it. Why are you swinging with one hand? That thing is essentially a bat.
What?
Used to.
I want to gauge how sticky it would be. 1, 2.
There you go. Grabs. Dogs. Keep in mind, there's a person behind this shield.
Alright, I see how this is going.
Come on, Bubbles. Tell me what you have here.
What I have is to hit the person behind the shield.
Good. Good.
What? You wanted me
Grab
to catch
some.
your defenses? Oh, Jesus. Lesson 1 landing strategies.
Oh no.
Never thought it would pay off.
Lesson 1 landing strategy. If you want a lesson. Lesson 1. Learn when to run, right? The
What was
question.
that? I couldn't hear you.
Learn when to run. When to retreat.
Oh, okay.
Hope she realizes I wasn't actually gonna send anything at her. Anyway. Now for you, Spook. Get a few hits. I'm not expecting your firebolt to do much, but
Probably not yet.
any practice with it is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I forgot to fix my eyes for this thing. Can't exactly see or fire. I'll fix it later. I've got to make it transparent. If you have any ranged options, you're more than welcome to try on bubbles. Maybe try shooting your key out in a blast
Ammo
too.
costs money.
We have sure. Well, maybe you should learn how to shoot your key out like in a blast, like how Spook's doing with fire.
If that's the case, I'd just make him like throwing knives or something.
Well, you could get to work on that. Why don't you try doing that now?
Right? No good.
Not expecting you to get anything done the first hit, or first try. I'm expecting you to get a feel for it, what you're trying to do, though, at the very least.
Well, that's the case.
There you go, Spook.
Don't overexert yourself. You're playing with fire. Don't lose control.
I'm not so worried about control. Spook, keep an eye on how much times you can actually send that thing out. Don't want you running or suffering from mana exhaustion. You can treat it, but you're gonna feel like shit for a while. Alright, you're tired.
Like me, I'm fine.
Meant Spook.
Getting to a point of a lot of fire.
Well, take yourself a break. You do have water and drinks inside the guilds if you need water. If you need water, get some from Bubbles.
Yeah, I'm good right now.
That thing is literally water.
Yeah. Wait. What happened if someone drank this?
You said it's life energy, right? So chances are it'll just revitalize them, give them a shot of energy. Worst case scenario, though, it straight up poisons them.
There's a reason why I don't tell people to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
They poison them.
Very likely it would. You'd have to keep in mind, not everyone's a key user.
That's the list.
And I'm assuming everyone has the energies inside
True.
them, but they're not aware of how to use it. So, you could very likely just straight up
True.
poison them with that. Of course, you'd have to make them drink it.
Did say that there are people who specialize in injecting key into other people.
Ah, that's fun. Reminds me of something I read about once. Injecting magic into
Oh?
somebody, using healing magic to force rapid cell division and death. Essentially, every hit you did gave somebody cancer. And then immediately made said
Damn.
cancer as worse as possible. It's not a very
That's
nice...
terrifying, actually.
It's not a very nice ability. It is something those who are capable of healing can do. At least magical healing. If it causes your
Makes
cells
sense.
to divide. Not heal, but divide. Which, that in
makes
itself
sense,
is not
that's why
hard to do.
I'd imagine it's part of the reason why healers don't want to do too much.
Yes, there is overhealing somebody For example, I am an alchemist. Same with Dorada. We know quite a lot of potions we can use. In fact, if you ever see me on a mission, chances are I will be doping on potions, increasing my strength, resistances, and regeneration and healing. But there is a problem with potions. You can suffer toxin. Well, you can basically poison yourself with them too much. And, well, you can put yourself into shock, essentially. That's why even the ones you obviously use only last a few minutes. But those minutes are very potent damage-wise, or not just damage, but effect-wise. That spirits are here.
Yeah, they are. Hello, spirits. I imagine it's either Lynn's doing or maybe the other spirit.
Maybe.
From what I heard, it's Rose's.
Huh?
I
Rose's?
understand they're Rose's friends.
Maybe.
Hi, Rose, if you're here. Also, hi, Rose's friends.
I suppose you can take a break now. However, oh, well, there you go. There's Rose.
Hello. Hope you've been good.
So if you're concerned about, since you were concerned about the size difference in our spar, you two can fight hand to hand. Not actually fight, but more just go through the motions. Oh.
Aaron?
I meant you and Spook, Bubbles.
Oh, sure, whatever.
That too.
As you are both around the
Can teach
same
you some
size.
techniques.
Mm-hmm. You can both learn something, essentially. Whether it's just getting better at fighting in general, or, you know, teaching each other specific ways of fighting.
Very useful. Okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe one day I can even teach stances and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I will say, don't teach anything regarding Ki.
Nah, I'm not qualified enough to teach.
Mm.
One day maybe, but not now.
I was gonna say more patience-wise, but...
Suppose you would know more than me, though I do also know basic hand-to-hand combat.
I mean, sure.
If anything, you could... Well, they can help you solidify your basics even more. When everything else fails, your basics are what's gonna save your ass.
True.
By the way, I don't think I got a solid answer. How do you do the whole like armory thing? Like, how'd you learn that? Because you use so many different weapons.
Patience.
Practice. Research.
That is the basics of learning anything.
Mm-hmm.
The question more is what you're learning to get a bunch of weapons. like that.
True. What did you do? Study how the weapon works and everything, or? Hmm.
Hmm.
If I do what I plan on doing with
You understand
Exy,
how it
I'll need to
works,
do
how
that
to
too.
use it?
Mm-hmm. It's not enough to just have a
Hmm.
surface level understanding of your weapon.
Mm-hmm. You need to basically learn how to make one, put it together, take it apart, repeat.
Mm-hmm. Unless you just want it to be one solid slab of magic in the general shape of it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's particles, aren't they?
Such a fine blade too. What was your first weapon? That one? Oh, the
Well,
Nagina? It's a good weapon. And I can bet that they hit hard, so it's real. What do you use? Is it magic? Mm, see them? But the like little nicks and stuff. Ow. So you're basically recreating this every time, exactly. Huh.
Hmm.
The blade. Perfect for me and entire school. The energy is not my own? Oh,
Hmm.
is it the spirits? Ah. So the spirits are supplying you with the energy and you're shaping it. Or is that right? Wrong? They are the weapon. So
Devil
every
eyes.
weapon is a different spirit. Oh. Oh, they just enable you to make the weapons that you research then, right? Uh, as a collection art. Oh, so it's all of them. Okay. Well, some. Fair. Because obviously there's
Yeah,
still
'cause
some
there's
around
still
here,
around
but
this.
that's interesting.
Huh.
How'd you get so many spirits to agree to that?
Contracts, probably.
No?
And they just. Hmm.
Simple friendship.
They're helping you of their own free will.
Huh.
Gotta say, Chibi, what's it the mess with us? Fuck.
Damn.
That's nice.
They work together, common goals, mutual understanding, friendship. So they are helping you of their own free will. Simple as that. They're just helping her because they want to.
Must be nice to have so many friends willing to help like that.
You say that like you don't.
Let me earn.
Talking about your other guildmates. Unless you don't count Exy or Spook as a friend. What about Boots, hmm? You're saying you don't count Exy or Spook as a friend? What about Boots?
I do. You know, them all as friends. Everyone in this guild.
Mm-hmm.
As they do. That's very fair. Must have taken you a while to gain such a relationship with them, huh? Yeah.
Well, that's one way to go about having weapons like that formed.
True.
It's most likely the nicest and kindest way. Definitely that.
Mhm. I like that one. Combat knife. Heck yeah. It's honestly, it's an amazing collection. If I could do half of that, Why?
You wanted energy.
sure you know this one. Are you gonna show me the cannon? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I love that. That is a good weapon. He says it's not right for me, but I don't believe it.
You're trying to be a tank. Or a run-in bruiser when you're not built for
Tank,
it.
it's
You're trying to be a run-in bruiser when you're not built for it.
look at this.
Certainly similar.
Custom made.
It's the
Oh.
same type of weapon.
Different styles. The function's the same, though. And then swing with all your might, rotating the waist.
Careful with that.
Oh, sorry. Oh, don't get so close.
Like I said,
You okay?
awareness.
You took that out.
Firmly planted ahead of you. Stable stance and block. Ow. I mean, fair, that's what this ends for. Yeah. Small shield. Be good with like a cutlass or something. Ooh, there you go.
Full pitch.
That's a classic combo right there.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Oddly curvy.
It's how they were
It's to
built.
get around shields and such, and also to take people off horseback.
Hmm.
Now you just need the armor, you'll be a medieval knight. Armor's too much. Faster sword, not bad. Me too. Care to learn? Absolutely. Always willing to learn. Oh. I mean, yeah, everyone should always be learning, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done weapon summons like that in a bit, so haven't exactly had the time to vacuum where I was from, so limitations. I can do it, but I'm rusty.
Now that is a good shield.
I'd say spend more time training these two on it. They're here to learn and get stronger.
Plant that in the ground, then get like a ranged weapon on top. Or like that. That works. God, I can't even imagine how I'd go about making something like that.
One.
Surprise.
You'd be surprised at what you can do.
I mean, true. Before coming here, we didn't think we'd end up where we're at now. Didn't even know how to use key properly to begin with. Then we started learning, and we're still similar, but we're definitely a lot better. One step at a time. Mm-hmm.
I'm an idiot. I just
to learn something like that.
I'm an idiot.
Hmm?
The summoning and forming weapons. I'm a fucking idiot. I literally just did that earlier. Okay. Yeah.
I assume that was something different.
No, it's not. The difference is I wasn't holding them, but the shield, the swords, the spears, essentially similar to what she's doing, but yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah,
shield.
it
I'm an
moved,
idiot.
but he made a shield.
Yeah, like I said, I'm rusty though. They're not exactly what they should be.
Your stuff seems pretty solid, though. Plus, you can make landmines. Where do you even come up with ideas for that? Eh. Yep. Solid. Good buckler. I really need. All I can do with my key so far is just. Oh, that's the wrong one. Like this. We have a lot. We always have. Careful, it's wet. What? Yeah. It's our energy and it just flows inward. And currently is just leaking out. We make plenty, so it's not a problem, but our control's still lacking.
It's something you'll fix over time.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, the most controlled one is when we focus it to our eyes and stuff. What is that?
Take a wild shot in the dark at what you think it is.
Her energies? Her key? Don't know. Wait, was that your soul?
Magics.
Okay. I was about to.
Magics are mana.
I can't do
I'm assuming.
magics.
It's similar foundations in a way, or concepts when it comes to control. They're not the exact same, but when it comes to control, practically everything works the same. At least that idea for controls is the same.
Hmm.
With variations, of course, given that everything's works off different systems, unfortunately. Key cannot be one-to-one to mana.
I mean, like I said, when we combine the two, we do feel that energy be released. We feel. I don't know how to describe it other than it just feels right.
Something you can practice in. This place is literally here to be destroyed and beat up. And don't have any reservations about going all out as much as you can in this arena.
Understand, I bring bombs.
Go for it.
I feel like you're not supposed to say yes.
You thought I was going to say no. This is a combat sparring arena. Believe me, if we all actually went all out, this place would be a massive mess. But it'd be fixed the next day.
I guess that's what Ace's job is.
That's what all our jobs is, honestly. Keeping the grounds up to date and repaired. Ace just does most of the work.
And also the outhouse.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we leave the plumbing to him.
Don't.
That's Aurora's orders.
Mm-hmm. Aurora's orders.
You mean the fire?
Yeah, she said so.
Jeez. That's, okay.
Hmm. 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 It looked better from my end.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Probably still shouldn't do that too much right now.
Mm-hmm. You did shoot off a lot earlier. Well, you have recovered some. Be aware.
Hmm. I was visualizing. Once you've done it once. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm getting actually tired now. Oof.
I was hoping to.
Train with Lynn.
She was here a little while ago. I don't know.
She
if
said
she's
she
still
was.
here though.
She said someone was calling her, so.
Oh, I
I
thought
am
she said someone was
assu-
coming or something.
Maybe. I just heard she was being called, so. Or someone was calling for her. So I'm assuming is she got called to do some work. So if you are looking for sparring. Bubbles. You
I'm
might
down for it.
you won't be able to go.
But if you turn
As
invisible,
a-
I got nothing.
Okay. Are you so sure about that, Bubbles? That's not invisibility, that's intangibility, yes? And I'm assuming you can't just make a single part intangible and the rest solid. It's an all or nothing deal. Well, there you go then. You got
I mean,
something.
sure. You want to spar?
So here's a question for you then, Bubbles. How do
Always
you
willing.
deal with someone who can turn intangible but can't turn a single part of themselves back to solid?
Wait until they strike and then counter.
True. And if they're always turning tangible at the last second, how would you keep them from turning tangible?
I don't know.
You make it dangerous for them to do so. In this one's case, or any who fully shift into intangibility and then back into a solid state. Block their body, essentially. Make it so if they turn solid again, they have something inside them when they do so. One of two things is going to happen. Either A, their body's going to get messed up, or B, you're going to be shot apart. It depends on how exactly it works.
Does that work?
It depends on how it works. Sometimes things can't overlap and shoot apart, sometimes. Yeah. Depends.
Huh. Well, okay then.
For all you know, your stuff could just shoot apart.
Oh, okay. It's solid. Wait, so the key stops you?
It is life energy, isn't it?
Oh.
You need to do some more research on key bubbles,
Oh.
if you didn't know this.
There's no documents here. Lowell's the expert, but he hasn't been around for a while. I've been looking everywhere. If you have books on it, I would happily like them, please.
I'm fairly certain I can find some in Zafira or online very easily, despite how confusing that is.
You can't trust what you see online. People online say if you put it all in one spot and then go like that and make a laser beam.
That's not what I meant. But okay.
I know, but it's still key. I go to... That works.
Not hard to find it.
You know,
It's just... It
are
can't
there
get
any
hard.
libraries nearby the onsen? Because I've been there, I know where that's at.
Hello, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hello.
Just in time to watch
Well,
these
it's
two
preoccupied.
spar after... You're fine. You're in time to watch these two spar after they're done talking about key and libraries, apparently.
I see.
Why have I not thought about going there?
Because you didn't think of it. The most obvious solutions tend to be the
Yeah.
last thing we think of.
Alright, well, I know I'm going after this.
Mm-hmm. Now then, if you two are ready for your spar, Luke, if you'd like to step out of the arena so you're not in the way and not getting hit. I can't tell Lynn what to do because she's one of my bosses.
Infiltrating. Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm ready whenever you are.
Have fun. You gonna be presiding over this match,
Please
Lynn?
go easy on me.
I'm just gonna be watching.
Alright. Alright, you two. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Have at it.
Come on now.
An umbrella.
Don't know what I expected there.
It's an umbrella. What did you
The
expect,
third
Bubbles?
time I fought an umbrella in my life. Should know better. Surprise. Surprise. It's gonna hurt. God damn, your grip's strong. On. Too much fighting. Fine then. Enough of this. On. Back away. Bam. You let down your guard. I have a bad feeling about this.
Come on, Blake, snap him out of it.
I don't know what the hell this is, but I don't like it. Get your guard up. Oh, this can't be fair. You. That's too hopeful. Against the wall. Shit. I forgot about the ranged weaponry. That's just not fair. And closer, devil, and see what happens.
Time. Good showing.
What the hell was that?
Had to be specific on that one,
Don't feel
Shiro.
like that in a long time. She was fucking terrifying. Did you not feel it?
And that's... Okay. Are you aware of a spell called Cause Fear? Chances are Rose here has
No.
something similar.
I know next to nothing about magic.
There's a spell known as Cause Fear. It forces, well, its target to be scared of the caster. Rose here probably used something similar. However, you have an advantage. You're two people in one head. I'm unsure of how it affects both
That was
of
the
you.
plan. We were trying. The plan was if she got a little closer at the end there, I would just swap and let Blake take the hit before she could be affected. I wouldn't do much, but time ran out ahead of time.
Another thing. You could have gone on the offensive plenty of times, but you kept backing off.
Because of that damn spell.
Even before the spell. You would wait and see what she would do.
Yes, which is what you do when you have a person with so many different techniques.
Said
You take
person
a
who
defensive
was...
stance, but wait for her to strike.
Said person who was limiting said things used. Which I know you
didn't
were
know
aware
what
of.
she was using. Did you see half the stuff she used?
Yes, I did. Bow. What
I
was?
don't know what was limited and what wasn't outside of the
Trying to remember right
tangibility
now.
thing,
Just
which
yep, intangibility, which
landmines,
Hidden.
cannons.
if
I
we're
see those,
bringing
like
it down
William
to guild member
Like use
level,
guns. Yeah, the guns too.
if we're bringing
Which,
it down
thank
to
you
guild
for that.
member
I don't
level,
want to get shot again.
she'd use at most 3 weapons, and none of them were what you listed.
Yeah, she used the bow, she used the umbrella, and she used all the spells.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, thank you for this match.
Oh, you're fine, Blake. Well, Lynn's here if you want to get that spar with them. Assuming you're up for it, Lynn.
Be careful with that. I'm always up for a fight practically every day. I was disappointed when I went to the onsen and found out there were no fights there.
Well, there haven't been any fights there in a long time.
Whenever you want to visit here, give me a heads up and I will happily spar. Same with Sheer.
Wonder why there hasn't been any fights in the onsen for a bit.
Well, the flux has really been acting up as of late.
Ah, that'd do it. That would do it.
Absolutely. If I'm allowed, I will happily come by every now and then. Thank you. I'm gonna go sit down now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
exhausted. Enjoy your fight, Lynn.
Are you fighting?
Hmm?
Are you?
Right, wasn't it that you wanted to spar?
I want to vacate the arena now.
Oh dear.
Have fun, you two.
I trust you two to know
He's
when
been
to
in a while.
stop. Then froze my legs. I ain't going back down there, you crazy? Then froze my legs. I ain't being down there. I don't wanna have frozen legs again. Doesn't matter, I can
Remember,
make
thaw them out.
could thaw them out, but then I'd be, stuck with frozen legs. Frozen legs ain't fun.
Frozen Lakes? What?
Last time I was down there when Lynn was fighting, my legs got frozen. Technically,
Oh,
Entire
Frozen
waist
Lakes.
de-
I thought you said lakes.
waist down got frozen and I had to cut it off.
Yeah, her ice flowers are not fun.
Because he had healed it right there and then, and he would have
I
been
think
fine.
freezing the lake might be a bit
Mm-hmm.
better as well. I don't know.
Have fun, you two.
Oh dear. You've been looking forward to this, haven't you?
Good job, young one.
Do anyone?
Sorry, I thought I heard something.
Shit. What was that, Lynn?
Anyone gonna keep track of time or anything?
I will. I'm just staying outside the arena because I value my legs.
Do you
Alright.
though?
Yes,
Do
I
you?
do. Alright. Keeping track. Have fun, you two.
Ow.
Let them go for 10
Everything's
minutes.
sore.
Mm-hmm. You two did good.
I saw flaws, but
Of course there was flaws. You still did good. You did the best you could with what you had available.
true.
I said
I
have
thought
at
of pulling
it.
the gun on at some point, but it wouldn't do anything.
I'm not going down there. You two have fun, fight. I don't want to get caught up in whatever the heck you two are going to pull out. Mostly you, Lynn.
If you promise not to shoot me, I'll go down there and keep count if need be.
I'm keeping track.
You really are risking your own safety there, Blake.
Don't worry. I'm keeping them up here with me. Again, you did good with what you had available to you.
What was that? Yeah. I thought I said nada. When she turned invisible, we had no other choice but to keep moving. We stood still, we'd just be asking for an ambush.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We put our backs against the wall, knowing that she could only come from one of 3 directions, really. But that's when she pulled out the bow, and well,
It's your book on getting yourself a shield, then. Maybe.
yeah.
But I guess for now, focus on what you are working on. Get that figured out and sorted. Don't worry about having to bring yourself up to, well, this level. You got a long way to go to get here, and it is not a fun trip. At all. So don't try to hold yourself to these as a standard. Yes, this may be the standard out there in the metaverse dealing with all the big stuff, but you're in the guild, you guys are the standard. And that's what you should be sticking at right now. This is a goal, not something you should hold yourself to. If that makes any better
Sure.
sense. I swear to God, if or any gods, I suppose, if you two or three, I should be saying, if you three start trying to hold yourself to the standard of literally anyone you see fight, I'm gonna smack you upside the head.
Mine's very fair.
Of course.
Don't stand still.
Well,
Lynn knows what she's
I
doing.
can.
I don't think I'm supposed to see what I'm seeing right now.
No, you're not. Don't worry about it. They're just fighting
Yeah,
below
fair.
us right now. Don't forget, most of your flaws can be covered up by stuff you buy,
The
too.
alcohol has gotten colder.
Drop shields, energy
Mhm.
shields, and the like.
True. That's why I'm going to be getting some of Xy's tech, hopefully to help.
Mm-hmm. Just be aware of that, and you can rely on your own stuff you make a lot more than, well, tech.
True. If she makes me anything, I'm going to have to learn how to make it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Making the parts, because, well, I can go to a blacksmith or something for that, but
We have a forge
putting it
here.
together at least.
As for blacksmith, well, I think that's just gonna be Xy.
Yeah, currently it's just Xy. Our other blacksmith hasn't been around much.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching 2 ghosts go at it.
Oh, you think this is bad?
Still, though.
Wait till you see 2 speedsters going at it. Ugh, gods. You'll be seeing
It'll be over in a flash.
No, you'll be seeing 5 separate fights. And I can guarantee you all 5 will
that
be
actually
after
sounds
images.
fun.
I can guarantee you all 5 will be after images. You say it'll be fun, and it's just gonna be annoying to keep track of. That's why I hate speedsters, they're annoying.
And now the air in the crater is getting warm. Crater? Well, there's a bit of a crater.
This isn't a crater.
Probably not a natural one.
No, this is just a
Just throw it.
dugout arena. Yep.
I mean, what defines a crater?
If it's been left as behind as an impact, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Where's Xy? She'd be able to pull the answer up out of nowhere. We'll probably already know it.
I think she shut down.
Probably.
Probably.
We're dealing with something
Oh,
like
that reminds me.
Hmm?
Pulls out a little vial. Pulls out a little glass vial. Cracks it.
The hell are you doing?
Earlier at Mist, you had an idea. Put my
And
key into a glass vial, since it is a liquid. seal it up, which Exy did for me,
Mm-hmm.
and see if it retains energy. It's been a good few hours and it still does.
Well then.
Which is a good sign. I had planned on having Exy make another and just leave it overnight entirely. Maybe even leave it for a week or something, but if that's the case, if I can have it set overnight, then I can have a buffer and actually make some proper tools utilizing it.
Maybe. I'd like for you to keep in mind your fight was around 8 minutes. I'm having theirs be 10.
Damn, if I had an extra minute, I might have got a good hit in.
You got plenty of good hits in. Or did you forget your little
I
hand-to-hand?
didn't feel like it.
Did you forget your little hand-to-hand section?
I mean, I did.
But this is something for you three to keep in mind. This has been this is going to be a 10-minute fight. We're barely hitting 8 minutes now.
How long are we at now?
Almost 8 minutes. And they're both tired. Rose is already tired from the fight with you.
I
But
wore her out. I feel proud of myself. Not even lying there.
But these two are also using more of their abilities, which can tire them out quicker.
True. Oh god, that might punch through the shield.
I've got a question for you three. Yeah, someone who goes invisible and uses it to play tricks on you. Basically, doing what Spook would do, hit and run tactics. You can't track them. So, how would you fight said target?
You would put yourself in a situation that minimizes what they can do, for one. And for two, find some way to mark them if possible.
2-minute
Stand on the
warning.
ground for footprints.
2-minute warning. There you go.
Oh, for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah,
about
like I say, either tracks in the ground or paint.
Mm-hmm. Now, what if you couldn't do any of those? What if you didn't have any options? How would you target them then? How would you be able to hit them then?
You make yourself a target in a way that you want them to hit you. Then
Sure.
you're ready for it and you can counter.
There you go.
It's risky, but
Remember
at
what
that
I
point,
said
you
about
don't have much other
the simplest
options.
answers? Most always being the ones we overlook.
Mhm.
Wide range area of effect attacks.
True.
I was hoping for one of you three to suggest that, actually. Instead, you gave me tactics, which...
Talking to a martial artist, we don't exactly think
You were giving
bringing
me
in
tactics,
big
which is...
bombastic bombs.
I'm not talking about bombs, but you were giving me tactics, which were still very viable.
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to do something with fire eventually.
Possibly.
Not a cleric guy.
Ooh, that one looked like he got right in the eye.
Hotter in the temple.
It's fine.
Okay. Time. Good fight, you two. You alright?
Well done.
I know you can heal yourselves, but we do have potions in the medbay if you want to be healed by those.
I know.
I'm gonna go take a potion.
Or you could stand down here.
Not like anything of those were serious.
You could just stand down here
It's
for their
not.
healing. Well, no, they weren't. You two were sparring. Just jump down here. There's a healing effect.
Ow, ow. Ooh, that stings.
Mm-hmm. So what'd you think of their spar?
Thank you. That's great. I loved watching it.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, that was a
Aw.
spar between friends who didn't want to hurt each other. Now imagine those two actually wanted to kill each other. This would no
Well, then we'll see a cannon.
this arena would no longer be an arena. It'd be much larger. Then it would actually be a crater.
Probably.
I think you're
Like spiders.
overestimating some.
Probably I am, but I'm not underestimating how dangerous you two can be. If you actually wanted to kill each other, this would have been a much different battle. And I'd actually have to pull these three out of here, because, well, collateral damage is collateral damage, whether you like it or not. It's always gonna happen.
Depends on if the fairy ever.
Listen, wonderful work about the flower you got. Remember the herb? I'm saying, wonderful job about that herb. Oh. I see.
Do you remember to make potions?
Also, yes, a future suggestion. Just a little bit of tip to you. I saw you when you try to alter my emotions. Be careful about that. You might not get the effect you actually want.
So you three learn anything from watching the fights?
A little bit.
Alright,
How to
that's
deal
good.
with bubble shields for one.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least you learned.
Ooh. Green stuff. Hello.
Carrot.
Hi.
Hello there, Carrot.
Hello,
Took me
Carrot.
a while to get here, but yeah, I'm back.
Where were you?
Mashed.
Well, out. Yeah, out getting mashed again.
I prefer
But
like
I've been
baked.
just
Oh,
doing
please.
adventures.
Eating too many
No,
baked
just pure fat
potatoes.
this time. Get crushing the boulder.
But baked potatoes are good. You had some like butter and such.
Trust me, I've had thousands, maybe millions of baked potatoes. No, thank you.
Oh, sounds like a good day. All those carbs, good burning energy.
What are you doing
Oh, there's
here,
a lady up
Alibi?
there.
Alan.
To be honest, I wanted to come see him, maybe play around a little.
Oh,
I see. I'm honestly surprised to see you here and not your daughter.
So you're...
To be honest,
okay, that answers that.
To be honest, she hasn't found me in a while.
Not my circus, not my
You
monkeys.
could work on your... Yeah, I really need to. Then again, I
Hi.
normally don't fight.
Hi. Hello, Carrot.
Yeah,
Hello?
you know.
What did I do?
Hi.
Hi? You know what? This is not my problem.
I'm just gonna take a seat.
Whoa. Wait, who's splashing with water?
Touch now?
What are you touching? What?
I said that's new.
Yeah, we weaponized it in a sense. Turned it into a blessing. Two and one, our
No,
souls
it's
even
up
like
to you.
splitting.
Hello.
Ti-
By chance,
Tired,
are you
boss?
Like are you able to do like soul magic stuff?
Hmm?
Tired?
Can you put like a broken soul
Not
together?
really, yes. It's taking an opportunity to sit down.
If all the pieces are there, most likely. But it's
Would you
not
be willing to
highly
do such a
recommended.
Well, why not relax while you have the chance?
And
True. Damn,
Hey,
spirits are
credits,
bright as hell.
if that matters.
is this the one who wants to put a soul inside of a flower?
This is the one who wants to put a soul back together to help them.
Figure it out on your own.
It was worth a shot.
You're asking the wrong fox,
That kind
unfortunately,
of thing
Blake.
requires magic.
Yeah, that's the problem. Currently, we're relying on a devil, and I want backups.
Wait. You don't have. You can't use magic, right?
Oh.
We
What
need
is
to
it,
find
Alibi?
someone who can even check you if you can even be affected by magic. Because that is something very dangerous. If you try to meddle with your soul specifically, that is like.
Okay. First of all, not
Here.
for me.
I just realized something.
It's for the soul inside of Dol.
Oh! I don't know. I haven't seen. Wait, no.
Yes, porcelain doll. Blind.
I know,
Has a
but
fragment of a soul inside of her.
hasn't seen them in a
Oh
while.
dear.
They're currently shut down.
They're resting.
Oh. It appears the flux has taken Lynn? Or did they just... Oh, there's
They're
Lynn.
right there.
Never mind. Been around for a second and they're gone.
Would you like a recap?
I think some catching up would be amazing. It's been
Okay.
it's been a tiring day.
First
for
of
me
all.
as well, so
First of all, I'm Blake.
No image.
okay, that is
I'm a guy.
very daunting.
I know. Now, second of all,
Are you twins?
2 and 1, she can hear you. Kind of. We split our soul in half. Splitting, split.
Would you like
I'm not sure.
Would you like a better place to have a chat rather than
Sure, let's go
the,
inside.
place for combat? Alright, if
If you can.
Indoors it
personally-
is. Oh, that's not gonna end well.
I'll go prepare some.
If Carrot can actually prepare tea, I will be surprised. I think.
They cook food, you know.
That's why I said I think.
Sorry, this is a teacup. Don't worry about it.
Understood.
The mug filled with tea. Or teacup.
Oh, it's a teacup.
It's a teacup.
Don't worry about it. I said if it's a
This is also
cup and
not a
it's filled
teacup.
with tea, it counts. A mug is a cup.
Teamwork.
What?
Jose, would you like some tea? I don't know where you're at, but I see your friends.
Sorry about that.
I see.
My throwing skills has been very
There we go.
There we go.
Reminds me. Rose,
Whoa.
the onsen, there's a shrine there, isn't there?
It
Magic words.
is a shrine. Just has one.
Are people allowed to leave offerings there? And if so, who am I leaving offerings to? Yes.
Oh, you've mentioned that before. I don't remember where we asked or we tasked you to.
All of us. Okay. Alright, next time I'm there, I'll leave an offering. Unless. Alright, next time I'm there, I'll leave an offering. We thought we had a shrine here, but turns out no, that just was a gift to the Fae, it seemed.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, now I
I
remember.
certainly took it as such.
Next time I'm there, I'll leave an offering for you and the others as thanks.
Well,
It's New Year's soon. I gotta leave an offering at a shrine anyway.
wait, it's been that long? Huh.
Oh shit! New Year's.
It's November.
I guess it's been a long time ever since I was, well, dead.
Yeah, Miss Halloween.
Unfortunately.
Don't worry. I'm sure you won't miss
Hmm,
Thanksgiving. You could use some potatoes for Thanksgiving.
Oh, you don't worry about that.
We'll make sure they're all baked.
Ugh.
Jeez,
Carrot,
the
all
more
potatoes have to be baked for New Year's and Christmas.
the more I exist here, the more it feels like everyone just loves to eat potatoes and baking,
I'm-
mushing, and all that. Like, my name is Carrot, you know?
You know
That's
what?
all
Next
the
time you
kind
see
of food you
Dorada,
guys can eat.
next time you see Dorada, tell her I'm gonna make a potato beacon. She, if she remembers correctly, should know exactly what I mean and have a panic attack, hopefully. Because if I do,
Potato bake.
Okay.
chances are it's gonna summon somebody directly to it, because he'll probably just sense the damn thing being constructed. That's gonna take a lot of potatoes.
I see. I'll pass it along
Well-
to the session tomorrow.
I do have a news, however.
Hmm.
Remember
Oh?
that place? So, the two of you probably don't know. Blake is the only one that knows this. But,
And me, we shared
Remember the-
memories.
yeah. But remember the, Emir town?
Mm-hmm. We're planning to go there soon.
Currently we won't be able to get there. The entire realm is currently closed off because a lot of, the entire empire of Arstivia has now suspicions of hoppers crossing the place and participating in the war that they shouldn't be in. That's why Lass is currently locked in there, but we will be able to get in touch with her sneakily as long as we do not, leave any evidence.
Got
Gotta
it.
do a rescue
That is
mission for
currently all I know
Kill
about her.
everyone.
Well, we could. But
I'm
currently she's
joking.
safe there.
I'm joking.
Well,
I'm not committing regicide on an
I-
entire empire again, or genocide again.
I guess so. Jokes like that is fine here. I don't really feel it, but in that place, oof. I even joked about how a magic pen can appear out of nowhere and
I mean,
write
well,
things down, but
I
damn,
know.
it's like very.
But some guild members are averse to those kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's all I can say for now. But other than that, that's the news from me. What about you guys? Anything new that or what happened to Doll? That's what I want to know.
So,
specifically.
right. So, Doll has always had a piece of a soul inside of her. We thought it was a full soul at first that was injured, but no, it's just a piece. Currently, we are going to have Ace scry to get all the shards so we can collect them, put them together, and hopefully establish communication and ask if she wants to be put inside of a plant.
Wait, a soul? Wait, I thought
Yes.
she was just an artificial intelligence created by the creepy.
So she was made in an attempt to try and fix the soul, but Ellis wasn't aware that there was only a fragment in there, which is why all attempts failed.
Oh, okay. No wonder. That's.
You know,
I mean,
you can relax
I'm-
now, Bubbles. You don't need to be combat ready. You know that, right?
Bubbles?
His nickname for us. But you're not wrong.
You can relax now,
I
you two.
like it.
I do see a lot of blue embers flying about.
That's nothing, Bubbles.
No, that's Rose.
One.
It's just Rose.
Wait,
I think the elderly kitsune is looking for a fight for some reason. If anyone is interested.
Not it.
oh, I do want to see combat. I will cook for whoever wins, or who even loses. I do
You're gonna cook
after-
for whoever, because you're gonna make us food. We're hungry.
Sure, why not?
That is true. You guys do miss my cooking, so I will cook some. Oh, what should be in the menu today? Who here
don't
only
eat
eats
Why not?
vegetables?
Haven't fought a
I'll eat whatever.
fox in a
There you go.
while.
I'd go out and
Anyone
capture a
have
slime and eat
problem
that if I
with,
could.
Oh, so you, Greywarden, plan to fight your friend's mother?
Yeah. I can't recall if I have choice words for her or choice actions. All I just remember is I need to stab her or something.
Oh,
What the?
that's dark. That you want them to stab Miss Alibi.
Sure. Why not? It's like, whoa, that's dark. I am literally like trying to remember anything Ayaka told me from that moment in the end, but I can't. They're looking for a fight.
I'm looking for some playtime, yes.
Sure, haven't fought a fox in a bit, so why not?
Uh, let me see if I can get a referee over here. Seems I have to do it the hard way.
I forgot to make it transparent.
What do you feel about taking a couple of specific bread, like a couple of people, and then delivering them to their place?
Making a couple specific bread for a couple of people is what I heard. I don't know how to feel about that, so I'm gonna walk away. If you die, I'm gonna tell the Rada.
Mm-hmm.
So how long?
I'll let him choose.
Meh, I don't really care. Voice crack.
Hmm.
Oh.
Something. It sounds like you have a lot of history. Maybe 10 minutes.
I've got no history
I've
with
never
this
met
one. You've never met me, but I've heard of you. I'm trying to remember if I should be angry with you or not. It's been some time.
In any case, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, very spicy one. Come on. Hmm. Alright. Okay.
Still too far. Or too close. Fine. That's too fast. I need to slow it down. Fucking.
You're like, Hmm.
Joy. Yeah. Need to shrink that down. Should be good. Yeah.
I almost have to go serious.
Huh?
I almost have to go serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
3 minutes. Where am I in my room? Where's my bed? Here's my bed. Okay.
Sorry, Jose, I don't know if it affects you considering
It's distance.
You have 2 minutes.
But it's fine. Fine. like healing magic?
And time.
Well,
Stay back.
enjoy your fight.
It's nice exercise. Mm.
Funnily enough, so it's healing magic. That's what that was. The reason I was staying out was because I didn't know what it did.
That's good exercise.
Mm-hmm. Daughter hits harder.
Mind you, I'm holding back.
You and me both. We don't want to turn this place into a crater or some sort of wasteland. This isn't my property. I can't do whatever the hell I want here. Enjoy the show.
Who won?
I don't know.
Who won?
Lynn stopped us before we
Huh.
continued, so
Are you
Well,
okay?
you guys went on for about 10 minutes, so.
I'm fine. Can't say much for this one.
Who won, Ally?
Breathing in that much miasma.
I would call it a tie.
Well,
You shrink the
everyone's
swords.
unique in their own way. Guess that holds true for Kitsune.
Mm-hmm. Multiple different types, each their
There's
own.
at least 2 here.
Yeah, we were just talking about Kitsune. Which. So, you're a god? Or goddess, I should say?
Mother is.
This one doesn't have all. Well, it hasn't ascended yet, I'm assuming. You have all 9 tails, you're still, what, century off.
I have all 9.
And you just haven't ascended yet.
My culture, that's the same thing. Having all 9 and being a god and all
Actually,
that.
ironically,
I don't know.
I have, but I came back.
I'm just spitballing here, I don't know. Welcome back. Well, I did what I
I'm
wanted,
too
so...
bored with Mom.
Well, if you want to go eat, food is ready. So, come to the guild hall. I'll serve you some food. Today's
Ass gets
meal is a
damaged.
traditional stew made with pork and sliced liver, with tomato sauce, carrots, and potatoes. So, anyone feeling peckish? Come to me.
I'll be there.
Guess it's time to eat then. If anyone's hungry.
Why do you like
Rose
to
Avery.
hide?
I don't have everything I can do. One soul shield is missing. Shit. Whisper would kill me.
Or
Hmm?
this whisper would kill you for.
Being stabbed and forcing said blade further into me so I can get some hits off. Give her more work to do.
Time to write a job now?
Nah. She'd yell at me, probably hit me a bit with her tails, and then proceed to patch me up.
We're just curious about what kind of ventures we can go, or I can go search for.
And search for
Go there and
plenty.
ask, though. Oh god, do people fight a lot there?
Well, my guts have been cut open.
Oh,
You might want to sew those shut
I
before
already
sitting at
did.
the table.
I already did.
Oh, okay, carry on
I
then.
just went to the med bay.
well,
Alcohol,
there's
carrots.
food here.
If you would.
Hmm? Oh, okay. What kind of alcohol?
Any
And do you want us to?
Highland.
No.
Okay.
What kind of alcohol?
I just said any carrot.
Do we have sake?
Give me a moment.
So many
Jose?
questions, comments, concerns.
I mean, are you doing okay?
I'm fine. I stitched myself back together and did what I recall I said I was going to do. Maybe. Been a bit.
Alright, well, then you're good. Do you have any concerns that you should express to us?
Nah. None that I could think of right now.
There you go, then.
I've settled whatever grievance I had. I can't even remember, but eh.
I see her friends, but I don't see her.
Standing around.
Have you joined the guild?
He's staff.
Oh.
Dorada's also staff now.
Who?
The one who had a panic when they saw potatoes.
Oh.
The one in the witch hat.
She's still wearing that, by the way.
I know.
She said it annoys you, so she's going to keep wearing the outfit for now.
It's a At this point, I've gotten used to it, so.
So what do you mostly do? What are you mostly gonna do for the guild?
Train
Training.
them as best I can.
Oh,
I'm not much of a teacher, so.
combat trainer. Oh. What about
And
the
paper-
witch lady?
And paperwork as well.
Apparently, she's going to set up a contracts 101 sort of class.
Wait,
And the therapy thing.
I mostly thought about witches as alchemy. That's a new one.
She's
That's
just
actually
dressed
very
as a
nice.
witch. I don't think she actually is a witch, is she? She's a
She-
vampire last I
Who
saw.
knows?
Used to be a fae, but now it's a vampire.
Used to be someone.
Oh, God, let's need to keep her away from merchants.
So vampiric fae.
Pretty much, yeah.
Basically what she says.
If I recall correctly, she was cursed to be a tiny fair pixie, and is now broken the curse, and is a vampire now, I guess. Congratulations, you've got 2 undead now working for you.
Wait, undead? You're an undead?
Yeah.
Did you not hear about the whole gut spilling out thing?
That's really normal to people that are very, powerful.
You know, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
He's not wrong.
I've seen some I've seen some paladins who can, lose an entire arm and then just put it back with holy magic. And that ain't necromancy still. Actually, if you call it necromancy, that is offensive for them too, which is so very ironic. But
Yeah.
But, well, it's nice to meet you. Well, you right now. The other one is very wary of me for being a potato.
Unfortunately, we have
why I
histories
need
for
a new outfit.
potatoes. Sad history being
definitely
me
tell.
and someone else going a bit crazy when it came to farming potatoes.
Rosé?
And finding a way
yeah,
to
unfortunately.
forcibly squeeze out life force from potatoes. Essentially making generators.
I know
That's
the
not life force.
onsen
That
is like
literally
purple lotus
just
stuff on Sundays.
elec-
Do you
electron
operate
or
normally
whatever.
outside that?
That's science.
No, I mean, we cooked the potatoes and we were able to pull life force from them, essentially.
Like
We had
if I
baked
were-
potatoes and spare life force, essentially, which we used to teleport all around using a waystone network.
That sounds like a very passive way
would
of
I be able to
doing
go and like
necromancy
a night?
without breaking the ethical
I
rules.
think
of
so.
necromancy.
Maybe it was either that or we just murder as much stuff as we can, and nobody wants to fight blazes.
I mean, that's literally the point.
I had a
rather than
fountain
going-
set up, but
I have reading to do.
Dorada
I'd
shut
like to
that
head up
down.
there.
Did not like it exactly.
I may
You've been speaking about
Indeed.
how you massacre people.
do
They weren't exactly people.
Do you
ask.
One of them used
monsters?
one. Yes, monsters, but one species used to
Fair
be
enough,
people,
I don't
but
want to be a bother to anyone.
got cursed and went crazy. So
I'll just go over and look for a different place then. Alright.
Monsters. What kind of monsters do an undead warrior like you hunt?
other undead, zombies, skeletons, massive multi-story tall undead monsters that kill everything in a radius around them.
I know
Or
that sounds like a very stupid question.
worse.
Because horse?
Or worse.
Oh, worse.
Right.
Sorry.
No, I'm talking about the
Yeah,
undead
it sounds like a
monsters.
stupid
Yeah.
question, but
Understandable. I just know back at home onsens are like a thing you could book ahead of time. I wasn't sure.
The what?
It's a different conversation.
Either way, I'm gonna be taking my leave, so I'll be
The
heading
worlds
down
that
to
I've been
Neo-Tokyo.
visiting
Start
have
looking
been
at that library.
very.
Or at the very
You
least
know
go
how
to a
you
hotel.
just live in one
pass out
area
on a
and now
bed.
you come to a different area? It's like a whole new, different rules, different
Mhm.
laws of
Thank you again for the star.
anything.
Yeah.
That's what I've been seeing. That's why it's
Carrot.
rather a very basic question, but yeah.
Thank you for the food. We're gonna be heading out now.
Any last
safe.
questions before you head out?
Mm-hmm.
No, we got a lot to sink in. We'll ask questions after we're done processing everything.
Alright. I am in the mood to answer any and all questions, so you better write them down before my mood changes.
Understood.
And I mean any and all
Alright,
questions,
So
so
yeah.
ask whatever the hell comes to your
Alright,
mind.
bye bye. Bye, Tina.
Have a nice trip.
Mm.
The magic section.
So
is
your question,
bachelor
Garrett?
MS. You can get
Not really
magic
much
books
of a question.
in the library.
Just thinking.
I
I just want to be the.
don't know why I never
Guess
thought of
I'm.
that.
My role here is the quest
Oh, in
master.
any case,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I will-
not really. Haven't
Thank
really
you,
been able to curate every single one of them.
I'll probably
As
stop
I've
by
been
the
dead,
onsen later.
people have been slimes have been eating my potato sacks, so I couldn't really get back to it. What kind of missions do you think diplomacy, is needed?
Almost all. Well, when they're dealing with people, that is. Any and all missions that involve people. It doesn't matter who they are, species, race, just people in general. One thing I've noticed with Stardust is that everyone here seems to be more pacifistic, I suppose you could say, compared to everyone else in the metaverse, which...
Really?
Yes, really. I've seen
I've seen-
people
you've
who
seen
are
rather
just...
the opposite.
I'm not sure. I guess it's when they approach their missions. Every time I see them go on a mission or read a report, compared to other public reports for other guilds and such, it seems like Stardust seems to be more, what's it, averse to fighting initially, compared to everyone else who'll just immediately fly into combat.
Hmm.
I'm probably wrong. I don't know.
Hi, this is your local Faye. Bedtime is very, very soon.
Shit.
Okay.
Fuck that, I ain't sleeping. I am, however, going to drink and do paperwork.
Oh, you also do paperwork. Good luck.
Unfortunately, I do. Yeah. Get your rest. I don't know what you
What
do.
kind of-
Paperwork.
Exactly.
Anything Lynn and
Yeah.
Sarah haven't gotten done. I look at it, I guess. And get pushed towards.
Oh, you want paperwork?
I do it anyway. Congratulations, Carrot, you're helping me.
Hold still.
I will.
You'll see an entire pile of paperwork just fall out and hit the ground.
Ah,
Oh. Oh.
shit. Well, like I said,
Complaint.
Well,
Slime
that's not bad, I guess.
erosion. Okay. There's a lot of paperwork. I'll help you out.
mm-hmm.
But I also need to. Alright. I need to clean up here. You get some rest.
Why is it not solid? There's your desk for not being solid. You? Maybe. Oh, maybe. Hang on. Stop moving. No.